Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Keith, and welcome to my review of The Equalizer 2, starring my unofficial twin brother, Denzel Washington. Usually there are two actors that get me extremely excited for a movie, one being Jessica Chastain and the other one being Denzel. Jessica unfortunately wasn't in this movie, but oh, is my boy Denzel in it. And I have a huge affection for Denzel because he is my unofficial twin brother. And many of you might be thinking, well, Keith, how in the world are you going to grade a movie with family in it? I'm a professional. Now, this movie is directed by Antoine Fuqua, who also directed great films like Olympus Has Fallen, which I really enjoyed, not to be confused with the one with Channing Tatum. This wasn't the Magic Mike one, White House Down. This was Olympus Has Fallen with Gerard Butler. He also directed Tears of the Sun, The Magnificent Seven, and of course Training Day. So it's only fitting that he was able to be the first director to convince Denzel to do a sequel, because he did direct Denzel in a film that led to Denzel winning the Best Lead Actor Oscar. Now, in this film, Denzel reprises his role as Robert McCall, who is basically this guy who is helping those who can't help themselves. Whether he's helping parents who've had their children kidnapped, whether he's righting wrongs, he's just, flying under the radar and helping people. You might even call him a dark knight. Anyways, in this film, it gets a little personal when one of his good friends, Melissa Leo, reprising her role as Susan, falls into, let's say, dangerous circumstances, and Robert McCall has to kick it into high gear. The really cool thing about this is that his character is Special Forces trained, has all this amazing hand-to-hand combat, and anytime somebody even thinks about doing something wrong, I'm just sitting in my seat saying, oh, you're in trouble now. I heard there were some early reviews of this film where people didn't enjoy it. And I'm not saying they're right and I'm wrong or vice versa, but I don't know what movie they saw. I found the pacing of this movie to be well done. It's just about 2 hours long, or maybe a little more so, but in that 2 hour mark. And I found that the pacing went well. We did a really good job with character development in this movie. Denzel is very intense with his acting. And I actually thought that this film might be a little better than the original. Of course, if you see the original, it complements this film, but you don't need to go and see the original to see and appreciate this movie. One of the things that I think is a true indicator of how well a movie does is audience reaction. And you heard the audience cheering and clapping and getting excited. And with all due respect to my people here in Ottawa, can be a little conservative at times, so hearing people having a reaction to the film is always a great thing. This is a great movie-going experience, and again, this has nothing to do with my Denzel Washington bias. This has to do with the fact that I saw a really entertaining film. The ending of the movie, from the way that the ending plays out, some people might find it a little hokey and sure, but for myself, it didn't take away from anything else that I'd seen in the film. And it's not the hokiest thing that I've seen on the big screen. And yes, I've said hokey twice now. Ladies and gentlemen, I think you're going to enjoy The Equalizer 2. I give this movie a B+. I really enjoyed it. Again, with all due respect to the naysayers, I don't know what you saw, because the audience that I saw it with, and myself included, saw a very entertaining film. If you have the chance to see EQ2, let me know what you think. As always, you can reach out to me on Twitter at CFL_fan. Facebook.com/WittyWhittier and WittyWhittier.com. Thank you so much for checking this out. My name is Keith, and I'll see you at the movies.